This conference will now be recorded.
Good morning, friends. In this Business Intelligence Master Program, so in today's session, we are going to talk about advanced join with filter transformation and conditional split. So advanced join means you don't have a direct join condition. Okay. So sometimes, so in Spark, right? In Spark, we have a direct like how we have inner join, how we have left join, right join to get specific records, right? So in the same way in Spark directly we have something left semi join, right semi join, some joins we have. So those will get the specific data, but to achieve that we don't have same kind of joins in Azure data flows. So for that we need to use a multiple transformations, like we need to use some filter transformation, all those things. We are going to see that advanced join with filter transformation. Okay, so once we have applied filter transformation on that advanced join, we will get these specific records. So in that specific records, let's say you have US records, India records, and UK records. Then by using conditional split, I will just put some condition. Okay, wherever country equal to India, so those records should flow in a first, like it should flow in a first sequence. Next, wherever we have country equal to US, those records should flow in a second sequence. Wherever we have country equal to UK, those records should go into a third flow. Whatever other countries, all other countries data, I want to write it into a single folder. So I'll just say any others. So that is nothing but a default condition. I will write it into a particular flow. Okay, I will just continue in a particular flow. Now, how many sequences we have? You have 4 different flows based on the conditional split, right? So you have created 4 flows. One is all India records will go in a one flow, all US records will go in a second flow, all UK records will go in a third flow, and all other records, all other country records will go into the final flow. Now, each flow records, I will write it into a different folder. All India records I will write it into India folder. All US records I will write it into US folder. So all those things I will show you, but I'm just giving you conditional split. Means based on some condition you are going to split the records. You have 10 records, so you want to say all even records in a, I want to write it into one folder. All odd records I want to pass it to the another folder, so another flow. So that's how you can able to, based on some condition, you are going to split the records that you are getting some, like you just say you are getting all the sales information from, maybe you can say different vendors. Okay, so based on the vendors you want to, let's say Walmart. Okay, you just consider anything, right? So we have different Reliance, Walmart, all these are the like sales stores. Let's imagine now all Reliance data I want to flow it into one folder, all Walmart data I want to pass it to the another folder. So something like that you can able to split based on your condition. All those things we'll see in today's session. We will learn scenarios, mapping data flow actions, okay, estimations, prerequisite, required resources, anyhow all those things you know. Demo, we will create data lake storage into ADF to create linked service for data lake storage into with keyword using integration runtime, create data sets, create pipeline, debug pipeline, run pipeline with schedule trigger and monitor pipeline. So all these things we are going to do. Next, scenarios. So today we are going to perform again same, how to perform left to join transformation. So we are going to understand how to perform left to join transformation. Yesterday we have done. Additional to that, once we have done the left to join transformation, on that result I'm going to up. Okay, so if you want to apply left to join transformation, what we are going to do, we are going to rename the source columns and the incremental records columns. You can say target and source. Maybe you have customer table and orders table, so those two table columns I'm going to rename. So let's imagine I have renamed and I have performed the left to join. I got the left to join result. On left to join result, I want to filter out the records. I will tell you how I am going to filter out the records. Okay, so even if I explain, it will not be very clear. So in upcoming slides, I will show you with some pictures so that it will be very clear for you. So after applying the left to join, I'm going to filter the records. Then I will remove some of the columns which I don't require. Then I'm going to sort the data. Then I'm going to split the data, how to do conditional split and write data to different folders. So what I'm going to do, I'll just split the data based on my requirement, and I am going to write this data to a different folders. Okay, I will show you that. Next, source transformation. So we are going to use source transformation, select transformation, join transformation, filter transformation. Anyhow, we already used source, select, join transformation. Today we are going to talk about filter transformation, then sort transformation, conditional split transformation. Yesterday we also have seen sort transformation, but today filter transformation and conditional split transformation you are going to see. Okay. Next, sink transformation. Basically, whatever output you have, that output you need to write it into your sink. So you are going to use the sink transformation. Okay. Fine. So left join overview, try to understand this. Okay, let's say I have this particular table. So okay, this is a customer table, this is the order table. So from this, when I apply left to join, can you tell me what records I will get? Everybody has to respond, because today's session, this is the important thing. So once you understand how left to join will work, then you will be able to understand the concept that I'm going to do. Tell me, when I apply left to join, left table is customer table, right table is order table. Now when I apply this particular left to join, what all customer IDs I will get it in my output.
Left join, it will come first, matching record 1 will come, after that 2, 3, 4.
Customer table, Malaya. Like one, we have only one record.
So we are going to get Pawan.
Malaya, matching record will come 1, after that 2, 3, 4 will come.
Rest of the people has to respond, because see, if
Yeah,
in
math.
100% people will ask questions on joins, 100%, not 99.99. 100% people will ask questions on joins.
Yeah, match record in both the tables and unmatched records on the left table.
Okay. Correct. Next, Nagaraj, Ratnaraj, Sudhir, Vinay.
CID, then on the remaining 2, 3, 4 on the left side.
Okay, so 2, 3, 4 plus what else you will get, Nagaraj?
And the remaining will be Narwani.
No. Can you come again from the beginning? What all records I will see in my output?
See, first to record will be the left side, and the laptop order ID will be on the right side. Then left to join will add to 2, 3, 4 records on the left side.
Okay. So you mean to say the common record from both the tables, that is 1 I will get, plus all remaining records from the left table, that is 2, 3, 4 I will get. That is what you are saying, right? Okay. Okay. Remember, most of you are correct. Just try to understand. See, this is the only records which are available in a left table. These are the records which are available only in the right table. So this is the common record between this table and this table. This is the left table. That is 2, 3, 4 records are the only available records in left table. So 5, 6, 7 are the only records which are available in a right table. Okay. But one is the common between these two. Okay, but yesterday we have seen when we apply left to join, we are going to get the common record, that is between the left and right table. Whatever common record we have, you will get that. So meaning one Rama India, so one laptop, so this entire row you will get. So common records between these two tables is 1. So 1 is there here, so you will get this one, plus left to join means all remaining records from the left table, that is 2, 3, 4 I will get. What I will get? 2, 3, 4 I will get if I apply. But now my question is, what I wanted to do, even I don't want to consider my common record. I want to get only the records which are available in left table. That is the requirement. Only the records which are available in left table I want to get. So what happens when I do the left to join? I will get 2, 3, 4. But respective CAD order name, this said, what will be the values of values? Okay, see, when you so here it is matching. CAD order name will be for this record, one laptop. For these records, what will be the values?
Null.
Null. So to get 2, 3, 4, what I can do, I can just say this CID or order name, wherever order name is null. If order name is null, can you give me only those records? See here, you have one laptop, null, 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 null you have. Now, when I say order name is null, wherever order name is null, can you give me only those records? Then I will get 2, 3, 4. Understood? How many of you understood? I will get 2, 3, 4. I'm saying I will get 2, 3, 4. Is it correct or not? How many people can say it is correct? I'm saying
Yes,
when
Malaya.
I order name is null, I will get 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, correct, Malaya.
Okay, so we will get 2, 3, 4. Now I want to apply conditional split. I want to apply conditional split. Okay, see, I want to take only this 2, 3, 4. Okay, I will take only this 2, 3, 4. In this 2, you see India. 3 is a US record. 4 is a UK record. By using conditional split, I want to separate India record. I want to separate US record. I want to separate a UK record. And once I separate all this set of data, I can write this India data to India folder, US data to US folder, UK data to UK folder. Okay, so this is what we are going to do today, lab friends. We are going to apply the left to join. After left to join, I'm going to filter out the records to get only the records which are available in left table, not even the common record. I don't want common record. So I want to get only the records which are available in a left table. So 2, 3, 4, I want to get. Okay, so now once I get this 2, 3, 4, then I want to apply conditional split. In that conditional split, see, I'm just going to split India record, USA record, UK record, and respect to records, I will write it into a respective folder. Here I'm just taking one record, but in reality, in real-time projects, you will see a lot of records for India, a lot of records for USA and UK. Okay, so these kind of things even I have came across, friends, because what happens is maybe your client is getting data from different regions, and finally what they want is process at once. And when you are loading data, please load all the Japan data into Japan data warehouse, or you can say Latin America data into Latin America, okay, North America data to North America, something like that. You need to write the data into different data warehouse based on the data. Okay, so that's how we are going to split this data based on the content. I hope you understood. This is the overview what we are going to do today. But to do that, what all, like, see, first let's try to understand left to join. Yesterday we have seen. See, this is the orders, this is customer table, right? So how to write the left to join? So if you're writing SQL query, you are going to do that. Data flows means it's a visual, right? So it's a graphically, you're just going to use some transformation to design the data flows. Basically, you are not writing any code translation. This visual design will be converted into the Spark code. Spark code will do Spark optimization. You can call it as a path optimization. And finally, it will execute on a Databricks cluster. Now, when I apply something, select star from orders, left to join customer. So here, my left table is order. Now I'm just saying on what condition: customer ID equal to customer ID, orders dot customer ID equal to customers dot customer ID. Wherever this is matching, those records plus all remaining records from the left table. Now you see 2 is the common record. See, this is the 2, this is the 2 which is a common between these two tables. And here you see 37 and 77 are the unmatched records. Okay, 37 and 77 are the unmatched records. Okay, now so when you just get the result, you will get here, this is the common record you will get. Next, these are the only records which are available in the left table. Now these are the right table records. Now I want to get only the records which are available in the left table. I don't want the common record. Then you need to say right table column is null. So you need to check a condition saying that right table column is null. You can consider any of this column. See, any of this column, if you consider, this is a null, okay, because there is no matching. When I say customer ID is null, then so respect to 37 and 77, I will get in my result. Okay. So transformation overview. See, first I will read customer table and orders table, and I will rename these columns. Customer column, like in customer table, I have customer ID. In orders table, I have customer ID. So now I need to rename so that I can able to understand this particular customer ID from which table, this particular customer ID from which table. So that's why for each column, I'll just say cust underscore. here all columns I will say order underscore something like that. Once I have just renamed those things, I'll just join these two things by using a left to join condition. I will join these two tables. Okay, so on what column we need to join? Customer ID. Okay, customer ID should be equal to the order dot customer ID. So based on that, I will just say left to join. Left to join means all common records plus remaining records in the left table I will get. Now I need to apply. So then what I need to do? So you can just, if you want to rename some of the columns back, you can able to rename back. Okay. So then I'm going to apply filter condition. What this filter is going to do? Filter is going to remove the common record and it is going to give the only records which are available in the left table. How we are going to apply this filter? Is null of right table column. If we give, if the right table column, wherever right table column values are null, those respective left table columns will get it. So once you get those columns, then I'm going to sort those records. After sorting all those things, I will just apply a conditional split. See here, India. So let's say next I will just put one more condition. US record should go in this flow. All let's say UK records or any other record should go in this particular flow. Now all India records I will write it into one folder. All US records I will write it into another folder. All UK records and the other records I will write it into another folder. So something like that I'm going to design this is how I'm going to design our data flows. You see, so this is how I already designed. So but anyhow we are going to do it again from the scratch. Okay, so customer CSV or orders.csv. Okay, you just renamed and I'm joining the records, then filtering. After filtering I am removing some of the columns, and this is basically order by customer ID. It's nothing but a sort. Then conditional split. See, condition based on the condition data is dividing like this. So here India records, here US records, other records. India records I am writing into sync 1, US records I am writing into sync 2, other record I am writing into sync 3. Okay, so all those things I will show you with from the scratch, do not worry. But how to execute this data flows, we know already from on like author tab. You create a pipeline, and in activities we have a data flow activity. Just to drag that activity, select which data flow you want to execute, and make sure you need to enable the data flow debug to debug this particular pipeline. If you want to run the pipeline, you just publish and run it. So once you run it, what happens is job cluster will be created, on the fly cluster will be created, that will be terminated once the job execution is finished. Okay, mapping data flow actions. So we know we have already seen join. So today we are going to understand conditional split. Okay, so join we already know. Today again we are going to use join, and along with that we are going to understand conditional split. Next, so we already have seen derived columns. Select yesterday we have seen, but today also we are going to use aggregate. We have seen already. Okay, so other things we'll cover in upcoming sessions. Next, here sort we covered. Today we are going to cover the filter. Today we are going to cover the filter row modifier, right? So we'll see all those things. The estimations, we know one linked service I'm going to use, because I'm going to use data lake storage into how many data sets we are going to create is depends on reference points. Let's say my like output data, I want to write it into 3 different folders. India data into one folder, US data into another folder, all other data into another folder. So I need to create 3 data sets for my output. So 2 data set for my input, because I have 2 different tables I need to read. One is customer table, one is orders table. So I need total 5 data sets I'm going to create. How many data flows? 1 data flow. How many pipelines? 1 pipeline. I'm going to 1 pipeline I'm going to use. And what type of IR we need to use to do the transformation in data flow? Azure integration. Okay, because Azure integration runtime is going to dispatch the job to the Spark cluster. Spark cluster is going to execute your Spark code. Don't confuse between Azure integration runtime and Spark cluster. Azure integration runtime is it's a compute infrastructure within the Azure data factory. What it will do, whatever jobs you are scheduling, whatever you are configuring in Azure data factory, those things it will try to understand whatever things Azure integration runtime should execute. Those things will be executed by IR. Otherwise, it will just dispatch. Dispatch means it will assign the task to some other cluster. Let's say here in data flows, job will be assigned to the Spark cluster, because Spark cluster is going to execute all our data flows. Okay, fine. Fine. Next, prerequisite. What is Edu Data Lake Storage Gen 2? So we already know what is key vault, what is Edu Data Factory, what is data flow debug, schedule trigger, what is linker service, data set, activity pipeline. So all those things we are aware. So we will see. Next, required resources, right? So required resources are data lake storage Gen 2, Azure Key Vault, and the data factory V2. So let's go and create these three quickly. Okay, let's not waste time. Let's quickly jump here. Let me quickly create one by one. Click on data factories. Click add to create the data. So free trial resource group is, let me create the new resource group. Master program. Click OK. Region STUS name Cloud Pandit Media V2 1224. Get configuration. Configure it later. Click review the script. Click it. Okay. Next, come here. Let's open portal.azure.com. Let's create our storage account here. Click on storage accounts. Click add to create the storage account. So resource group is same resource group I'm going to use. Storage account name you can say Cloud Pandit. All these things you know. So in tags we enable the hierarchical namespace. Click review press create and create it. Yeah. Deployment is finished. Now come here portal.edge.com. Let's create Azure keyword. Data factory. What else we need? Keyword. Click on keywords. Click add to create the keywords. Resource group is this. Keyword name you can say Cloud Pandit AKB. Access policies. Let's add our data factory here. Created. Okay. So I just created Azure Key Vault as well. Now let's go and check our data factory is available, storage account is available. So let's just, before you go inside the storage, I wanted to tell you, let's go inside storage account. So you can just go like this also. See, this is the one which we have created just now. Okay, this is the one. See, this is available in the Cloud Pandit VI master program. So before I go inside, I want to go inside this storage because I have some files which I have placed here. Let me download those files. So you know, right, how to go. Click on containers. I don't know, I did not remember where I placed those. Just give me a minute. Otherwise it will take some time. Again, I need to create. I think I don't have those things, so let's create those things quickly. Okay, let's click on the storage. This is the one which we have created. Come down. Click on containers. See, I don't have any container. Let me create a containers one by one. This is a customer container. Next container is order. Next container is to store only India records. Next customer is to store US records. Next customer is to store others records. Okay, so I have total 5 containers. Now I need to place customer and orders files. So what I need to do is, let me just I'm just checking. Yeah, this is the customers. Let's open. Let's try to add some content to it. Okay, because yesterday I added to in the story itself some data randomly. Just quickly add the data. So you have all these things, right? So now what I can do here, I can say 6. I'll just give you your names, okay? And the reporting task something, okay? He is from USA. Next is 7. Okay. Next. So some names, let me just give. Okay. So something like this. Let me just put some Singapore, something like this. Okay. Now you have all these records. Remember. Now let me go back to the orders. This you need to take care. See 1, 2, 3. You have a 5th record here. Okay. Now when you match these records with this, only the matching records are 1, 2, 3 only. Okay, because orders table is having 1, 2, 3. So here 1, 2, 3 will match. Anyhow, 5th record is not available. Like all these other records, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11 will be the only records which are available in your customer table. So I will get all these records. So in this, I have 3 records of India. Let me just make this as a USA so that I have, see, if you check all these, I have 2 India records, 2 USA records, 1 UK, 1 Singapore. So now you know, so when you just implement data flow is going to write India records into one folder, US records into one folder, UK and Singapore records into a single folder, like UK and Singapore, because I'm not going to split UK, Singapore like that. So I'll just split USA and India records, and all other records will go into a others folder. Okay. So let's do that. So let me just save this, and I will upload these files into. I'll just upload these files into storages. Okay. Which storage? This is the storage which we have created in this. Let's go inside a customer folder. Let's upload. Customers. Upload this. Come back. Click on order. Let's upload orders data. Okay, click upload. This one. Come back. Go to access case. Copy this key. Put it in the Azure keyword. Go to keys. Generate/import. Generate/import. It's a ADLS key. Yeah, so try to practice all the things now only, friends. The reason is, so once you get job, no, so people will think, yeah, anyhow we will work in projects, so I will learn there, something like that. You thought, see, now previously, like we have many people now, we have seen like drastically count is reduced, right? The reason is many people got job in recent days. So what these people are doing, like they are saying they are busy with their work, so they're not able to join. That's okay. Okay, but that's what I'm saying. So you try to practice everything now itself, because once you get job, you won't practice, because our body will not like cooperate. Okay, so customer orders table we have. Now I will just go to the data factory. Go to source. Let's open data factory. Okay. Now just to come to like manage tab. Let's click on new linked service. So we need to create a linked service to what? Gen2. Data lake storage Gen2. Click continue. Here you know this is a LS for ADLS Gen2. Auto resolve account key. So I just enter manually. So through Azure keyword, I'm going to read the keys. Click new to create the Azure keyword linked service. This is LS Azure keyword. So subscription is this. Keyword name is this. Test connection. Created. So now Azure keyword secret name. So before you give the secret name, let's come here and let's create the URL. It's a https :/ this the storage name dot pfs dot put dot windows dot net slash. Okay. Now secret name we know already ADLS key. You just have to type that particular secret name here. Test connection. Created. Now publish all. So click publish. Go to author tab. Let's create the 5 different data sets. Okay. So you know how to create data sets. So I'll just quickly create all those things. Click continue. As a CSV, click continue. For this, I can say DS for DLS custom CSV. Okay. Use this linker service. First was add the browse to the customer CSV. Okay. Customer.csv. Click. Next, let's create a new data set again. CSV continue. This is DS underscore DLS underscore order CSV. Use this. First as a header, just browse to the storage, select orders folder, and select orders file. Okay. Okay, let's create the few more data sets. Select data lake storage, continue CSV, continue. So this is, you can say DS underscore ADLS India data sets. Like India records, I want to write it into this. First browse it, select India folder. Just select India folder, click OK. Click. 1 second, I think folder is not selected here. Let's select that. Okay, browse it. See folder selected. Okay. Now click on this, click new data set. Select data lake storage into, click continue CSV, click continue. This is DS ADLS. Let's say US records. Use this particular link service. First header, browse it, select US records, click OK. Click OK. Now final data set I'm going to create now. Because on the fly you can create, but it will be easy if I explain you in the way that we know already. Gen2, click continue, CSV, click continue. So this you can say DS underscore ADLS underscore others. Okay. Just say this is linked service, first header, because we want to write with headers, that's why. Okay, others, click OK, click OK. So I have all the 5 data sets, one linked service, everything is available. Now click on data flows. Before you just enable the data flow, we need to turn on the data flow debug. Let's turn on the data flow debug. Okay, I just turned on the data flow debug. Okay, 1 second. Okay friends, sorry, where we are. Okay, fine. I just enable the data flow debug. Let's create the data flow. Okay, click new mapping data flow, click data flow, click OK. Okay, so we are here. Just close it. So here data flows, I will see this is a DF for, you can say filter and conditional, right? Or you can say DF for advanced joins. Advanced joins. Okay, now just click on this. Now just click on add source. Okay, just click on this with cursor. See, it will just select automatically source. Okay, cancel this. So this is the source one. If you want to rename, you can just rename. So what is the name we want to give? Here I want to give name as a customer CSV. Okay. Next, source type we have different, but we have created the data set. So I'm going to create the data set. Now, so we already have the data set, right? Let me just select the data set which we have created. Okay, this is the data set. Now come to projection. So projection, what happens is automatically all these columns, it will treat it as a string. So, but we know customer ID is not a string, it's an integer. So I'll just change it to the integer. Okay, you can preview the data, but we know also once data flow debug is turned on, then only we can able to preview the data. So meanwhile, I'll just create the one more source. Okay, so what is the other source? what sources we need to join. So I need to add the next sources orders. So just click here. This is a order CSV. Okay, data set. So here I'm going to select orders CS. Okay, this is the data set I have selected. So in this also what happens is go to projection. You see here also it is considering it as a string. Okay, so what we need to do, we need to change it to the integer. Now you see customer ID is an integer, order name it's a string, correct. Order date you can consider as a date, you can consider as a date, but I don't want to consider as a date. Okay, I don't want to consider as a date because we are not focusing on this particular date, so that's why you can leave it as a order. But here you just check once again. So this is customer ID is integer, customer name string, contact name is string, country is string. So everything is fine. So once the data flow debug is turned on, we can able to come to data preview and we can able to refresh this data to see what data it is reading. Okay, just wait for 1 more minute. Once data flow debug is available, we can able to preview the data. Okay, so it will be available next 1 minute. Suppose if you want to add multiple sources, what you will do, you just see here we have multiple sources. Now suppose if you have added one more source, it will ask, do you want to add one more source, do you want to add one more source? So something like that, you can able to add as many sources as you want. Okay, fine. Come here, just yeah, all these things we discussed. Optimize, yeah, inspect. Here you can see inspect. So in inspect, what it is saying, so it is just telling you, okay, this is the customer ID, this is the integer, this is the customer name, this is the integer. So if you remember, after we preview in inspect, it will tell you so input and output. So what is the input schema, what is the output schema, like any changes, something like that we can able to see, right? In most of the transformation that is possible. So when you select, maybe sometimes what happens when you select when you use select transformation, maybe you have renamed, you have deleted some of the columns. So the number of input columns and number of output columns may differ. The names of input columns and names of output columns may differ. Okay, so all those things we can able to see it from the inspect tab. But let's wait for a few more seconds. Yeah, data flow debug is available now. Just to click on this transformation, come to data preview, click on refresh. So it will finish quickly. Okay, do not worry. So first time when you submit job on cluster, so cluster will it will try to grab that particular Spark session, then it will try to fire the queries on the storage to read this data and display. It will take some time first time. But second time onwards, so already Spark session, everything will be available. So it will not take much time. Okay. Yeah. So you see the total columns are 9. You can see the total columns. We have total 9. So don't worry. So it will display. See now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is not there. 6, 7, 8, 9, 11. So 10 is also not there. Understood. So something like this. Now you have all the customers data. Now click on orders CSV. Go to data preview. Click on refresh. So compared to the customer CSV data, it will read the orders data quickly because already Spark session everything is available. It will quickly file the query on that particular orders file. See, it is displayed quickly compared to the customer CSV. 1, 2, 3, 5. Now you see the main problem is here you have a customer ID. Here also you have customer ID. So it will confuse you. So I don't want to rename all these columns. I don't want to rename all these columns. I'll just rename the customer ID. Okay, to rename only customer ID also you need to use the select. Okay, so select transformation, I will say rename table. Okay, so here only customer ID I'm going to rename. Okay, cust ID. Now go to inspect tab. You see input side it's a just a customer ID, but when it is going to the output, it is becoming cust ID. Okay. Come to data preview, you can preview the data. See here. So customer ID, total 9 records came. Okay, because we are not changing anything, only column name has changed. Now click on this. Same thing, let's do here also. Select. Let's rename orders. Rename order. Now come down. Let's say this one I can say order underscore customer ID. Order underscore customer ID. Now if you want to preview the data, let's preview here also. Okay, you see total 4 records we have in our orders table. So total 4 records came 1, 2, 3, 5. Okay, this became order underscore customer ID. Now I want to join these two. So if you click on this, click join, we are going to join these two. So just select join. Now you see what type of join I want to apply is left join, because my left table is rename cast and right stream is rename order. Okay, so rename cast and it should be rename order. So if you want to go with the right outer, you just have to change this based on your requirement. Okay, so based on your requirement, you are going to change it. Okay, let's say something like this. I'll say here rename cast. Here I will say rename orders. So if in this case what happens, it will be a right join. Right join means this table will come and join with this. Okay, but let's reset it. What I will do here, just say rename order. Here I will say rename cast. Oh, sorry, rename cast. See now, so it will be arranged again. So this is our left table, this is our right table. Now on what columns you want to join, on what columns you want to join, just select here. Okay, so here just click on open expression builder. So it will display what all columns we have in left table. See all the columns which are available in left table are these are the columns. Just select columns which are available in left table, cust underscore cust ID. This should match it with the right table. Right side, see order underscore orders, order underscore customer ID and the order date, all these things we have. So if you're, yeah, you just express here, you can see order underscore customer ID, order name, order date. Without opening expression builder, you can directly select it from this drop down. Okay, so here also the drop down will come. I think it is, but drop down will come. Okay, I think it is not showing here. Fine, you see just here, but right table we have a drop down. You just select, if the drop down is not available, just click on open expression builder. Here you will be able to see all the tables which are available in that particular table. So order underscore customer ID. Just select this, click finish. Okay, now we have this. Now let's preview the data. So this is important to preview.
Join type left join, right?
Yeah. I think I forgot. Yes, let's make it as a left outer join. Let's make it as a left outer join. I think anyhow we need to do the refresh one more time because we are using right outer, right? We should use a left outer because we want all the records from the left table, all the records which are available only in the left table, not even the common records. Then first we need to select the left outer to get common. See, this is giving the right outer join. Just refresh one more time because I have changed this one to the left outer. Left outer means all the records which are available in left table plus common records from the right table you will get. Okay, in other way you can say common records between both the tables and all remaining records from the left table you will get. Okay, you can see here, right? So here you see these are the 3 records which are common. These are the 3 records which are common. But this 4 to 11, these are the records which are unique, only available in the left table. Now, to get these records, to get only these records, to get only this 4 to these records, you see the this right side table values are null. So I can say condition order underscore customer ID is null. Wherever order underscore customer ID is null, those records I want to take. Okay, we'll see how you can do that. You see now. Click on this. Just go to your filter. Okay, in this filter, you can say filter left record, some name you can give. So the input for this filter transformation, the input is join transformation. Okay, this is a join transformation. This is the filter condition. Just click on this. It will open expression builder. Here you need to write a condition. How to do that is null. There is a function called is null, which is going to check. So which column null values you are checking? Order underscore customer ID. Wherever order underscore customer ID is a null, those respective values I want to get. Now go to data preview, refresh this. See, daily I will add two to three transformations. I will complete all these things, but if you're not practicing, it will be difficult, friends. Okay, so I think 5 more, like it will not take much time. Maybe it will take some. Now I think we finished some 4 or 5 sessions, right? So on data flow, so it will take some 7 sessions or 8 sessions, not more. But you need to prepare. Okay. See here, let's try to understand here. So I'm getting all the records which are available in a left table. Okay, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But if you look at the right table records, these are null. Why I need to keep these null values here? So I'll just remove all these columns which are not required. All order table records, I'll just remove. All order table columns, I will remove. To remove the columns, yesterday we have used. What you are going to do? Just again select. Just select. Okay. So here I'm going to do multiple changes. Okay. In this select is basically select, rename calls. I will do multiple things. Rename calls and delete calls. Rename and delete calls. Rename means this customer ID. I will change it to the just customer ID. This is the one change. Rename is done. Second one is I will delete all the columns, all these columns. Okay, I'm just going to keep these 4 only. Come to data preview, just refresh this now. It will be clean and the neat data, you will get it now. So only the data which is available in the left table, you will get it here. Okay, you are getting or not? See, you are not getting any null columns, all those things. It's a data is proper now. But here, if you look at here, you have India records, you have US record, UK, Singapore, all these things. Now, see on this result, I need to split. I need to say like India records, I need to write it into one folder. US records, I want to write it into one folder. UK records, I want to write it into one folder, something like that. If you want to do, you can do. So before that, if you want to make sure that data is in a proper order, so this you can try to use, but this is not recommended to use in real time because sort is like it will have some performance issue if you're using unnecessarily this sort function. Okay, that's why that is not recommended, but try to use here just for our practice. Okay, sort, I'm just using sort transformation, say ascending, null should be there first, but anyhow we know we don't have any null values, and ascending means whatever order we have seen in this same order it will appear here also. Refresh this. Yesterday we have seen in with the descending order how whether it is working or not, ascending whether it is working, or first null whether it is working or not. So everything we have verified, so everything is working, right? See now, so same data is not changed because data is already in a order. Now click on this. I'm just going to do something called conditional split. Okay, just click on this. When you use conditional split, See, conditional split, it is saying, so other condition. This is the default condition. If this condition is not met, this will go. But I have a multiple condition. How to add multiple condition? You see, just click on this root one. Okay, here it's just click on this conditional split. Click on this. So here you are going to add again. So here I want only India records. Okay, what is the condition to get India records? Is click on this. Click on this condition. Here you are going to write some condition. That condition is something like this: equals. Okay, equals. It is the equals expression you need to use to check, to tell. Okay, you need to say country. The country is India. If the country is matching with India, so those records I want to pass it into India stream. Next, click on this. Okay, now I want to add USA records. Then same thing, you just copy this and cancel this. So click on this. So here just put it, instead of India, you need to put here USA. Click save and finish. Now you see this is India data, this is USA data, all others. So here I will say the name, I will say others. Okay. Now how many conditions you put? So if, elif, else. We discussed in Python. If condition false, then it will go to elif. If elif is false, then it will go to else in the same way. But here all the conditions made true. Okay, so this is one if, this is another if, this is another if. Okay, so all these conditions will be verified, whatever condition. So even if it is true, it will go and check this. Even if it is true, it will go and check this. Okay, all those things. Okay, now you see the streams, how it happened. Now as you have used, see India, US and others, as you have used two condition and one is a default, you are seeing three. If you have used their four conditions, it will just show four streams. Okay, now let's click on this India. Okay, let's preview the data. Come to here, let's preview the data, refresh. So we got only India records or not? Yes, I got only India records. Let's say I will just choose my output is USA. Then let's try to refresh. We'll see whether we are going to get only USA records or not. Okay, you see I'm getting only USA records. Next, click on this, click on others. So we need to get UK and Singapore, both the data. We'll see whether we are getting UK and Singapore data or not. Okay. See, we are getting UK and Singapore data or not? Yes, we are getting this. So this data will flow in a respective streams. Now add the sync to the India stream. Now I'll just add the sync to this. So this sync will write data into which folder? India folder. So for that we already created the data set, India data set, right? Just search here India, just select it. Okay, this is the India data set. Now come down. So you don't need to do anything else. Okay, just click here. Let's add this sync here. So all US data I want to write it, right? So you need to add the sync here. So here you just select here US data set. USA data set. Okay, go up, click on this. Let's add this sync here also. Select here others. You just select others. Okay. So that's all you need to do. But what I want to do in all these cases is I don't want to write it into multiple files. So data, it may write it into multiple files that I don't want. So how to control? You remember in optimize we have something called single partition, meaning so we know we have small data, so we are going to create a single partition, meaning all the data we are writing into a single file. But if you want to write data into multiple files, you have to set how many files you want to generate. So you want to go with some default partition, you need to use current partition. But this current partitioning, set partition, is recommended when you have a large data set. But when you have small data set, you can go with a single partition. So even for us to review the data, whatever data it has written to the respective folder, it will be easy for us if we have a single file. So that's why I'm saying single partition. Next here also come to here single partition. Go here. Here also say it's a single partition. But if you want to give the file name output to a single file, that also you can do. If you say output to single file, you can give your customized file name. But I don't want to give my file name. File name can be something random. It will just generate part merged.csv. So all file names will be default file name is part merged.csv, something like that. It is going to be. So, but ultimately my data set, like my data flow is available, right? See, my data flow is available. It is joining with rename orders. So where is this? That will go a little bit down this time. See, it will be something like this. The reason is, see, I'm just minimizing. I'm not sure how many of you can able to see. So
Malaya,
in conditions here.
Malaya,
Hmm.
Malaya, can you explain again that single partition, multi-partition, that part?
See, single partition means yesterday we have seen, right, some transaction files, and it is creating started, it is creating a committed file, right? Then we have seen some of the files like part 00 underscore, multiple part files it has created. And in each file it is, right, let's say when you are writing 5 records, it is writing one record into one file, and it is creating 5 files, 6 files based on the number of partitions that it is getting from the source. But now what we wanted to do is, I don't want those many files. I want to write it into a single file. So that's why I'm just using a single partition. Even though till here it is getting multiple partitions. Partition means if you have 10 records, if you divide into some 5 parts, so in each part you will have a 2 records. It's not guaranteed that each partition will have even like 2, but some partition may have a 3, some partition may have a 1 record. That partition will be done automatically by your Spark. Okay, so but you can just control it, you can set the partitions. Okay, in all the activities you can able to like set that partitions. From here, like you are getting some 10 partitions, I don't want 10, I want to set that particular things into some 4 or 2. You can able to control all those things. Okay, but so what I'm doing is output side I'm just writing into a single partition. Okay, so don't worry if you're not able to understand. Okay, I'll just execute 2 times this pipeline. One time I'll just go with single partition because I want to show you the output. Then I'll just, without single partition, I will go with use current partition. I will show you how the output will look like. Okay, it will give you more clarity. Now click on new pipeline. This is the pipeline. In this pipeline, you can use the data flow activity. Just to select the data flow which you have created. Click OK. DF PL for DF joins, advanced joins. PL underscore DF underscore. I'm just renaming the pipeline name PL for DF advanced joins. Okay. Now, so in this, you just have to drag the data flow. Use this particular data flow. I think we already used the activity. How many times activity is available? Only one time, right? Only one activity I brought. Okay, fine. So there's the only one. Now come here. See, I just selected this. So we are going to use this integration runtime to dispatch our job on a Databricks cluster. The cluster type is general purpose. It is going to have 8 cores. Okay, so don't worry. More details on this course, everything will be covered in a Spark. Okay, I'll just cover in a Spark. Don't worry. Next, yeah, the remaining things you no need to worry. Okay, just click on debug now. job will pick, but meanwhile I'll just go and check in India folder, every folder. Okay, let's see. Here you don't have any data, so once your data flow execution is finished, it is going to show the data, right? Let's see. Okay, job is created and it is executing. We'll see now. You can see all the transformations that we have used. See, this is the sync 1, this is the sync 2, this is the sync 3 output. Okay. See, all these things are completed. Okay. Now you see in output, like in output of all the activities, you can see, but finally conditional split output is 2 records. Here sync 2 is having 2 records. Okay, sync 1 is written 2 records, sync 2 written 2 records, sync 3 written 2 records. So 2 records we have. Let's go and check. Refresh this. Now you see one file it will create. So part iPhone merge.csv, as I said, this is the default name, but if you want to give your customized name, you have to say output to single file, and you need to give. See, all India records are here. Let's go to the other folders and verify the data. USA. Click on this part iPhone merge.csv. Click edit. You see, this is the USA data. Cancel this. Come back. Let's go to others. In others, I should be able to see UK and UK and Singapore, both the records. Let's see Singapore and UK records. All the remaining records written to the others folder. Okay, this is clear. Now let's say I'm just deleting all the files. You see, now I won't use that single partitions. How the data it will write. Go to USA. Let's delete this. Come back. Go to India. Let's delete this. Okay. So instead of saying single partition, let's go to the author tab. Instead of saying single partition, let's go with the use current partitions. How many partitions it has divided previously and how it is processing. Those number of files it has to create. Now use current partitions. Okay. Now you see how it will work. df underscore df. Now just click debug once again. So job is submitted. We'll see now. You can see here. You can see here like this particular pipeline is succeeded, right? Now if you come here, refresh this, you see here it has created 2 part files. So in each file you have a one record. You may have one record, maybe one part file is completely empty, another part file may have some data. See, one record is here, so another record is here. Okay, so and some transaction files it has created, because we need to understand how many part files it has created. Okay, what kind of data we have in each part file, right? So it is going to create a multiple part files. Okay, now come back here and go to USA and check how many part files it has created. See, here it has created 3. If you go to one of the partition will be empty. You will have only headers, but you don't have any data. The reason is we have only 2 records. See, in this partition you don't have any data. Okay, now let's go to data factory. Now click on this particular like visual. See, here you can see. And now just let's say come here, click on this India. Now you see here the total partitions is 4. Okay, so total partitions is 4, meaning it should create a total 4 part files. Next, let's click on USA. So in USA we have total 5 partitions. Next, come to others. Go to others. You see you have total 6 partitions, but if you go to others, we have more files than you have what we have in USA. See, you have 3. Okay, okay friends, so you will have a some like empty, you don't have any data in this particular part file. Click edit. So you don't have any data. Okay, so it is going to create a multiple files. It is going to create a multiple files, but if you have total partitions is 6, it should create a 6 files. But as it has, like we understood right here, we don't have any data, so that's why it is avoided writing the some of the files. Now one more thing, come here, let's click, oh sorry, click on this. Let's focus on your sync. Click on sync. Now you see sync, total partitions is total partitions 4, then it should write 4 part files, but here it is writing only 2. Let's click on sync 2. It should create a 5 partitions, 5 files it has to create. Sync 3, it should create the 6 partitions. These are the default number of partitions. Okay, that's why it is creating some random numbers. But if you have given some like whatever number you want, so those many numbers it will create. Example, you see, just give me 5 more minutes. In sync 1, come to sync 1, set partitions count. So in this I am saying, so India record should be written to a single file. I will say it should write to a single file 1. Okay. Oh. So if you use the set partitions, it should be minimum 2. So I'll just say 2. Okay. India records, it is going to write it into 2. Come here, set partitions. I will say here it should write data into 3 partitions. So it is going to create 3 files. Next to sync 3. In sync 3, I will say set partition count equal to 4. It is going to create the 4 files. We'll see whether it is going to create 4 files or not. Let's come back to here. Let me delete all these files. Go to USA. Just to select all of these. Delete this. Go back. India. Go to India. Let's delete this also. Let me just delete all these files. So now we don't have any files because everything is deleted. Now let's run the Python. Okay, we'll see now how many partitions it will create this time. You can see. So in respectively, if I have set it to 2, it is going to create 2 files. If I set it to 3, it should create 3 files. If I set it to 4, it should create a 4 files. We'll see that. Okay. Yeah, let's see now. It is successful. Now come here, refresh this. So it has created a single file. How come it has created a single file? We set the partitions. Let's go and check. So yeah, this is okay. 2 files it has created. Let's see. 2 files. I think this is we are not able to control this. What is happening here? So when I have given number of partitions to 4, it is still creating 2. Here also I have given 3, but it is creating only 2. Here I am creating 2, but it is so just let me run it once again. We'll see the change. Whether it is going to give only single file or because it should not give only single file, it should give multiple files. Okay, let's publish this change because I'm not sure whether it is not refreshing or not. So just publish, then we can debug the pipeline. Okay, so that it will have the changes that we have made. 2, this we have made as 3, this we have given 4. So we'll see. So if it is not giving correct number, we need to check it. It is not giving. Let's debug once again. Job is started. Let's see this. It is finished. Now we'll see. Refresh this. No, it is. I think what is happening. Let's go to India. Okay, I'll just look into it. It is taking only 1 when we set it to. When we set it to 2, it should create 2. There is no other change that we made. Once again. 2 rows we have total partitions is 4, but when it comes to here, total partitions is 1. Total partitions is 1. We set it to 2, but it is going as 1. You see, total partition is 1, it is going. Here we set it to 4, but it is calculating total partitions is 2. That's why it is giving 2, 2. So sync 3. But here total partitions 4. Then we'll go and check our others. So this is not calculating correctly. Here I see only 2. Did not understand how
How many records are there in that India?
India we have 2, US we have 2, and others we have 2. So here I set it to 2, here I set it to 3, here I set it to 4. Okay, set partitioning is, oh, I think we need to set it in this level. Here we need to set, I think. Oh. Yes, that is already written. Yeah, let me just keep it here 2. Okay. In India, let me keep it here 2. USA, let me keep it 2 here. Here also let it be 2. Okay. We'll see everything is 2, 2 will come or not. We'll see. Let me just do the final execution this time. So everywhere it is going to create 2, 2, 2 or not. We'll check. Let's check the India folder. Okay, just let's see. Okay, it is finished. Now let's come to pipeline debug. Okay. So let's see finally. So if it is not working, let me just look into it. Why it is happening? How these partitions are working. But in Spark now, so if you set the partitions, those many part files it will create. Doesn't matter whether you have data or not. If you are giving 10, so even if you have two records, it will keep it in 2 different files. All other 8 files are going to be empty, but it will create all other eight files. Okay, but that is same thing is not happening here. Let's see now. I just set it to the 222 in a previous. So before you write it to the sync, I set it to 222. So we'll see what will happen in this case. Yeah, it is succeeded. Come here, refresh this. See, this time in India also it has created 2 partitions because we need to set this partition before you write. Okay, so let's go to USA. Yeah, before sync you need to put here. Yeah, this time it is working. I think is true. And orders. So not orders, others, right? Other should be some four part files we should have. Again, it is 2K. This calculation is not adding it up. Let's see here, I just kept 2 in others. USA also I kept 2. Here I kept 2. Here it's 2. Oh, here I kept 2 again. No, so I don't know if it is not working as expected. So I will look into it. So how it is behaving. Okay, we will discuss in upcoming sessions. Any other questions, sir? So these partitions we will see, but a single partition means it will write it into a single file. So use current partitions means default. How many files are coming? Like how many partitions are coming? Those many part files it will create. Set partitions is not working because when I set it to 4, it should write it into 4. The reason is maybe we don't have those many records. So without having records, so it may not create empty files. Too many empty files it will not create. So that might be the reason. So I'll just look into it and I will share the reason. Okay. Any other questions, friends? If no questions, that's all for today. Thank you.